There's no Starbucks nearby, so I didn't perk up. So it's gonna be a sleepy.
I'm with you there.
Sleepy podcast.
There isn't a Starbucks nearby. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I think Starbucks.
I don't go to Starbucks.
I think Starbucks might be going out of business.
Do we tell
I
them
read that.
Might be losing all their business. What?
Do we tell them that the signal may go dead at any time? Power is just dropping
Not
off.
here.
Power's dropping.
My signal's
off.
staying
There is
strong.
Hey, you could be next.
Storm in San Diego, and we went to our studio today to set up, and there was no power.
Me and Sean arrived, and I'm like, oh, we gotta like move some stuff back. We gotta get like these microphones working right, and then flip the light switch.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So I know everybody on the East Coast has been complaining about Stormzilla,
Yeah.
or whatever cute little cutesy name you gave your little blizzard over there on the East Coast. But we are knocking at the gates of hell over here in San Diego.
Yep.
We literally, if we were 10 blocks that way, we couldn't even turn on the PS4.
Couldn't do it.
Exactly.
Talk
no
about
podcast.
hell on earth.
I've been playing board games since 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Can you turn on the volume?
The Devil's,
I was gonna say,
the Devil's taking a
yeah.
piss on San Diego tonight.
Sucks.
The devil's taking a piss.
The Devil's taking a piss on San Diego tonight. That's how heinous this storm
Like a
is.
hot rain.
For real, I was playing video games when the fucking power went out.
Are you serious?
Hadn't saved Resident
Oh,
Evil
that
0.
sucks.
Right in the middle.
no! Oh, that means you have to play more of that game, and that's a fucking chore.
Yeah.
Should I get the Resident Evil 0 remake? I didn't play it the first time. I've never played it.
If you don't want... If you like the original tank control style Resident Evil games, it's like the last of those.
But
But
they,
you
but
have
they,
those-
but they added the
Everybody
new
doesn't
control.
want those.
But they added the new controls, right?
Yes, they did. Just
Because
like
they did that with the first Resident Evil remake on PS. They ported all these to PS4, and they added modern day controls.
More importantly, do you want a physical copy of the Resident Evil original remake?
Nah, I don't need it.
Oh, does that come with it?
Yeah,
You
for
can
40
get a disc
for-
with both. Yeah.
Oh,
For
wow.
$40, it is both. I think that's the only way you get 0 is with Resident Evil remake.
No, I think you download it on its own.
Oh, download. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I only know.
Doesn't
about physical.
Any Resident Evil before 4 or after 4,
Uh-huh.
not worth it.
Yeah.
If you weren't there for it, I feel like that might be true. Atmospherically, still great games. Very hard to pick up. I do think like I said, I've said this before, that I have an affinity. Those tank controls are kind of the definitive way to play. It's meant to be almost like its own puzzle to get away from things that are coming after you. It adds to the fear and the tension. But in 2016, I can't fucking do it. Like, that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So if you can try it, and then if you get pissed, try the new controls.
You know what would be cool is if somebody did an Unreal 4 adaptation of the original Resident Evil for the Oculus. Then I'd like
Yeah.
to
Like
revisit.
VR
That'd be-
support.
Then
that'd be
I would
interesting.
love to revisit the mansion and full VR support. That would be an experience.
You think that's probably going to be a thing, like remaking these titles?
You know what?
I
Honestly,
do.
I was thinking about
VR?
kind of the
Yeah.
state of video games, and I feel like, honestly, video games get really good all at once every, 5 or 10 years, and then you kind of have to wait until that moment happens again.
Some new thing that
You know,
And
pushes the...
all I was going to say is I feel like the new next-gen consoles, Xbox One, PS4, they're cool, but the next big moment is going to be when we solidify VR. And then that's when you're going to see,
a good batch of cool.
an explosion, like another golden age of video games, which I feel like there was a golden age maybe 5 years ago.
yeah.
Sure. I'd say every 5 years or so, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I see a little bit of it now, and you might not participate in this as much, but what was kind of neat about so far with these new consoles is the ability, the ease of streaming, and that added a community aspect, and I love that. I actually like turning on the live channels and seeing oh, is this the new Assassin's Creed? Whoa, I haven't seen, and and there's some guy talking hey, what should I do next? That's a pretty neat thing, but that's not really on the creative side. You know what I mean, in terms of the actual games.
You know what?
So we got a little bit of an interesting thing to happen, but I think Oculus and all this PlayStation VR and stuff is when you're gonna get the new worlds and the new whatever. I'm more excited.
Well,
for it.
I just had the realization that imagine the first Mario level, classic level. They're gonna have it where now your Mario in the VR, and that's his perspective of seeing things that way.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen, and that is very exciting to me. That like blows my
That's
mind.
already a YouTube video. So you may have stolen a trademarked idea.
That's wait.
Yeah,
That's
someone
a
did.
Yeah.
First-person
I think
Mario.
Brandon.
Do we have a legal representative in?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Hopefully, there's a lawyer in the
I
chat.
honestly didn't know.
There is a.
It doesn't matter.
Oh fuck.
I think it was Brandon who was formerly made stuff with Freddie Wong.
Yeah.
When he on that channel, I think he made that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And you've met him. You spit in his face.
Yeah, you did. It was
Well,
disrespectful.
I guess I'm off the podcast again. Sorry guys. I'm not gonna say anything else.
I'm looking forward to VR.
Yes,
I think
very much.
I think it's gonna be funny. We're gonna look back at a time when VR wasn't perfected, and it's gonna feel very alien. I feel like that's gonna be the paradigm shift. Because I played VR. I did a demo at GDC last year, and it was already pretty cool. There were a couple things they need to work out. It's not ready for the market yet, but the demo that I saw was very impressive to the point where I was. For a few days, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, dude, that's the fucking wave of the future.
Yeah.
Was it an Oculus?
It was an Oculus.
Yeah.
I seriously, I think that one day it'll be as common as like laptops and iPads. There'll be an Oculus in multiple rooms of every home.
I
think so.
A lot of people
was
are
that cool.
swearing that they're not gonna get into it, and I don't
But
think
they
it's
haven't tried it.
I don't think it's for everyone, and that's another thing. Yeah, they haven't tried it yet.
Well,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I played this game, Lucky's Tale, I think it was called at PAX.
Yeah.
And it was like a 3D Mario game. It's exactly what I call it, but you're a fox instead of Mario. And I was in that world, and I was looking around everywhere, and I was thinking, like, I always wanted to do this since I was a kid, and I'm doing it, and it's fucking awesome. Like, it was so cool.
I think it'll be a lot more practical than people realize. Honestly, it will replace the telephone. I think that every house will have a 3D Oculus camera here, and you'll be able to have your grandma, who's too old to leave her bedroom, she'll be able to spend Christmas with the family. She'll be able to put an Oculus on, and it'll be like she's sitting on this couch.
Yeah,
she'll see everything that's happening in real time. She'll be able to interact with people.
Yeah.
She'll be able to watch people open up the gifts she sent them.
I was just gonna say. I think Leo Laporte, who does a technology podcast that I listen to, I think he set up something like that even just recently, where he had a 360 camera in his studio, and if you had any of the headsets, you could actually
be in the
studio, and you're looking, and wow, they're going to this camera, they're going to that.
I think when the president does the State of the Union someday, they'll have a camera there. Everybody who wears their Oculus, it'll be like they're sitting front row.
Yeah. So here's something just as important. WWE teamed up with Samsung to do that.
Whoa.
They actually had a camera during an NXT event. I think Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the title, this ladder match.
Yeah, where was the camera?
It was, where like the ring bell and like the announcers kind of sit? Like,
Yeah.
It's right around
They
there.
fucked up.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to.
Put it in the middle of the ring?
Put it in the middle of the ring.
They knock it over in 5 minutes.
In the middle of the Royal Rumble, you get to see the action from the ring.
fuck.
Dude getting thrown out over there.
Yeah.
Dude getting thrown over there.
Yeah, but then
another dude entering down the hall.
But I think what they're trying to do is they teamed with Samsung to do this stuff. And I think they're just experimenting with... Because I still haven't seen... I cannot find this footage. For the life of me, I've looked.
Sure.
Because, I've watched crazy videos on my phone where I can do this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I'm
Facebook
there. I would
has
love
it.
to watch a match like that, even though you're pretty much focused here. Just to, like, look around would be really cool. I think you're going to get a lot of experimentation with concerts, with
I saw a concert.
the All-Star game, like baseball
Yes.
and everything. And you're going to have it in... different cameras in different spots where you're like, oh, I want to see this from first base side. Oh, I want to see this from like left field. I want to see this from behind home plate.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have all these
There was
options.
a Jack White concert that I have.
Yeah.
That same thing. You're looking around, but if you didn't like the angle, you go like this with the camera, and
it
it's
switches,
different
right?
camera.
Yep.
And again, now I'm behind the stage.
Use
now
Google
I'm in front.
Cardboard or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
It's
Yeah,
gonna
Google
be
Cardboard.
Saving Private Ryan, except you're on the beaches.
So
it's gonna be crazy.
You always hear about like, oh yeah, you do that, and then porn. You're gonna be like, you're there.
Oh,
Fuck-
yeah.
No, see, I'm against that. Fuck that. Where are you looking? Look, the pussy's right here. What? Where am I? Oh wow! Whoa, the ceiling's like. Holy!
Whoa, there's
what's going on back
Okay,
here?
all right, let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah, the pussy's right here.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, I didn't know I'm looking through the port of a submarine. What the fuck? Am I in? Am
I take
am
it
I
all
in?
back.
Hold on. Am I doing somebody in the world of Yellow Submarine? That's fucking crazy. there's John Lennon watching me up there. That's fucking crazy.
I think that your riff was 1,000 times more creative than the VR porn we're going to be getting.
Whoa! Am I a man or a woman doing Aladdin or Jasmine on the carpet while we're flying all over the world?
A whole new world.
The thing that I think with
Eric, yes.
with all this VR stuff, though, I do think there's still some. Personally, maybe people out there will disagree, but I think there's still a little bit of misconception on its place. And what I mean by that is there's still a shade of it being like, oh, is this some like the next Kinect? Which is so not what it is. I mean, when I tried it, because I kind of thought that before I tried it, I was just like, I don't know.
This is what Kinect was trying to be.
Yeah, it's something interactive.
Yeah.
But what made it work is that it's not asking me to go.
Yeah.
It's just another way to look at an image.
Yeah, you can still use a controller, and like if you have the ability to be in like that rig thing, moving forward and playing.
Hey,
like
let me tell you, when I did my demo, one of the most impressive things is it kept showing me, like, it would put me in a world and then it'd fade to black and it'd come up in a whole new scenario. And one of them, I was standing on top of a skyscraper on like a steel beam, and it was like it was like I was up there.
Yeah.
I could hear the wind in my ear. I could see stuff down there, and as I moved, the perspective changed with me, and I started stepping off the beam, and I felt like I was in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. I was like walking on the air. It was so surreal. I started like getting chills, and I heard somebody in the actual room be like, "Careful, you're gonna hit a wall. Stop." I wasn't aware that I was in a room anymore because I was so just enchanted by the idea of like, holy shit, I'm like flying above this building. It was like being in a dream. It was really cool.
Well, I was just gonna say real quick to finish my thought on that was it's just another way to look at it. And the one thing I'm curious about is there's Oculus, there's PlayStation VR, but then another big one right now is the HTC Vive or Vive, or I don't know how you say it. And there's a lot of people saying, no, forget the other ones. That's the one that's going to be big. And in action, what it is it's got sensors on the outside. You you have to clear a 15-foot space, and you have motion controllers, and you're walking around, and it's like, okay, pick up the sword, and you actually pick it up, and you have it.
And it's like 1-1.
And you're walking around. Now,
cool.
That technology is cool, and it is great. But I don't think that's the version that's going to be the one that wins the whole thing. Because it's still asking you to do something out of your comfort zone, and when you want to play games, you don't want to do that. So that is really cool. I'm not saying the technology isn't cool. That's amazing. But I still think what's going to make the other ones succeed is that it's still only asking what you've always done with video games. You could sit and play. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I think that technology is super cool, but I just think that won't quite be the mainstream one. I think things like Oculus.
Someone wearing the last one you were saying, I don't remember the name of it. But someone threw a ball at someone wearing the thing, and they saw it in the game and they caught it.
Yeah.
But they're like completely blocked off.
Yeah, exactly. It's incredible technology. It's
crazy. I have two problems or like concerns with VR. When I'm playing games, the first thing when I'm playing games, when there's load screens, when I kind of like want to be done for like, not like done playing the game, but just like take like a break for like a second, I pause it, and then I'm like on my laptop or I'm on my phone, I'm doing something else just for like, in between like a loading screen, take a bite of food, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like with VR, you're very involved, and in order to like not be, it's going to be kind of like, let me take off my headphones, let me take off the thing, let me put it somewhere, whatever. Yeah. It's more than just a controller. The other thing, my second concern, I trust no one.
Yeah, that's true.
You are asking me to
cut yourself off
completely.
Yeah.
And I don't even like being this close because I feel like somebody's going to hit someone in the balls. I know we're beyond that.
Yeah, we past that.
I don't. Years of conditioning have trained me to trust no one.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Regarding the first one, I kind of don't even see that as a bad thing. Like, I feel like so many things that are out now and that we do are already we're so distracted and shit that I think it's okay once in a while to have something cutting you off. And so I don't have any issue with that. I know what you mean. It is a hassle if it's like, oh, phone call. Maybe they'll have something built in. When I use my MacBook and I get a phone call,
I hadn't even considered that.
When I use my
already have stuff built
in. Exactly. When I'm on my MacBook, I get a phone call. A thing comes up on my MacBook screen. Hey, you want to take it from here?
And to me, I don't see
I'm sure they'll work
different
that
from
out.
like locking the door and watching a movie for 2 hours.
Yeah, or being at the movie theater. you know,
Turn
or
your
whatever.
phone off.
Yeah. But yeah, the second one, I know as soon as I get it, there's going to be Dominic's going to take a fucking YouTube video of me and upload it, or, you know, whatever. Even when I first saw it, I put up a video from E3 of some guy going,
Yeah.
you know,
around the
and I'm
fucking
sure that guy
move
doesn't
controller.
appreciate it, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I definitely see that part of it.
And two, you can't underestimate. It is a totally different experience than watching something on TV.
Sure.
The final thing of the demo they showed me was made by Weta, and it was something for
Yeah.
The Hobbit, and it
Yeah,
was
the
I
dragon
was-
one,
Yeah, I was
right?
in Smaug's like dungeon, and
Yeah.
it was just mountains of coins all around me. I
Yeah.
felt tiny.
Well, that's
then,
really cool.
then it was like an avalanche of coins started, and like this dragon rose up out of them and started walking over me, and like I was like staring at his gooch, whereas Nuts would be. If
And
he
you
had
say
him.
VR porn can't work.
He was like walking over me. It was like that moment in Jurassic Park where the T-Rex like
Yeah.
walks over the car. And
Yeah.
they're, like, I was like looking at this massive thing.
That's
So,
kind of intimidating.
it was
Yeah.
intimidating. I felt like I was
Wow.
there, and so it's totally different from even being in a theater and watching it on
Yeah,
screen.
well, that's the thing is they tell you what to look at then, but when you are doing that, you choose what you're looking at. Like that is, it's up to you, and that's like people
Yeah.
don't understand who haven't tried it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. The one thing that does kind of scare me about the whole thing, though, is scary stuff is almost like too scary
Oh,
with
dude.
that on.
Oh,
because
100%.
Put that on.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that.
because I saw Kevin's looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
course.
But I
can't
saw a
wait.
video of a thing that was called I saw a video of, I don't remember what it was called, but they put you in a cage underwater, and I will never play that.
ISIS game.
It was. Happy birthday, Garrett. You in a cage underwater, and you keep seeing a shark starting to come by. And
Oh, cool.
I was watching it on YouTube, and my palms were sweating. It was like, don't come near the, don't. And it starts to like get near the cage, and it starts to
there's
like
gonna
beat
be a
the
whole
cage,
thing.
and it's like,
Oh.
There's
fuck.
been one for spiders, one for
I-
snakes.
yeah,
I think
every
it's-
phobia you've
yeah.
got.
I think Facebook technology right now of like, oh, check out this video, you can 360 look wherever you
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
is a cool placeholder for having something that's
Exactly.
going to be something I'm going to be wearing and something I'm going to be like very involved in.
Yeah.
Because I can watch those videos all day. Like, I think that's the coolest. That is like future tech that I think is so fucking cool. Something in my pocket I can open and I'm like, yeah, here's a 3D video. Let me just like it's 360 everywhere that I look. Like that's incredible.
So I'm excited for the hardware to get right now. Like you need a really really expensive rig for
Sure.
the headset to
Right.
work.
Right.
But eventually it's going to be down to the size of it's built into the
Yeah,
headset.
here's what I want.
Everyone's going to have their own personal visor.
Take a 360 camera, take a bunch of them, launch them into every direction in space.
Hell
And
yeah.
just let me tune in.
Yeah.
After like 10, 15 years, let me just tune in, see what's going on.
That's cool. Yeah, that would
That
be
would-
really
that
cool.
would
Imagine
There's a
that.
crime,
Awesome.
It's going to be like sci-fi movies. When there's a crime, they're just going to go look back at 360 footage from that area, like CCTV.
Oh, in the future, there'll be a 360 camera in every home in America.
And every street corner,
Deal
so
with
it
it.
just it picks up every this person was shot here. Let's go look and like watch. It's like Minority
we just had
Report.
to figure out some
Majority
pre-crime
Report.
stuff and we're
Yeah.
fine.
We got to figure out though, like you're saying, though, we do have to figure out building
Use
all
the
that
chat.
stuff.
Yep.
Building all that stuff into the visor, because I don't know if you heard about this, but PlayStation VR is out in the next few months.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
But it does have apparently a processing unit. Like it connects to a little box to the PS4. Like it actually requires
there's
a little thing to hook
Piece
up
of hardware.
in the
Wait,
middle.
so it's not wireless?
I don't think so.
I don't think
no.
so. No.
No, I think it actually.
Deal
I don't-
breaker.
I don't think we have that yet.
Yeah,
honestly,
I know.
I could be
Wireless-
wrong.
I just assumed it would be, but yeah, why would it be?
Wireless VR video
Yeah, that's a lot.
and audio. No,
Call me
that's-
spoiled, but
but I'll
deal
let-
breaker.
But I'll let but I'll let you know, because Dead or Alive Extreme
Oh my
3
God.
is coming out. By the way, so we talked about before, this is a little bit of a pivot in the conversation,
It's fine.
but
We can pivot.
I was going to
You know,
say...
hold on, just
Yeah, no pivoting yet.
don't pivot quite yet.
Okay.
Plant your feet. Pass the ball.
The more Dead or Alive games that come out that are not about fighting and that are just about hot chicks,
There's only been 3.
the more that name becomes creepier and
How
creepier.
many fighting games? have
Just
there
want to
been?
put that on the table.
Dead or alive.
There's
Dead
been
or Alive.
5 Dead or Alive games, but multiple versions of 1 and 5. Actually, and 2.
Here's one.
I don't
right
know
here.
what when you
Three-
say when you say Dead or Alive. Do you mean the one in bikinis or do you mean the fighting one?
Well,
The
this is one of the
fighting
ones.
game. Yeah, this is the fighting game.
There have been 5 versions of the fighting game.
Yes.
Okay.
But a different version of 1 and a different version of 5. So I guess that's 7.
It's
Okay.
just the more it's getting like
And a
necrophiliac
3DS one.
overtones.
Yeah.
But there have been 3
Dead or
that-
alive, hot chicks.
There were
playing volleyball.
There were
I agree with
3 that were about playing volleyball.
Just call it hot chick volleyball.
Yeah.
Volleyball at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave out the violent
But it's the
overtones.
characters of Dead or Alive.
Right, but Derek is saying
but we're
that
getting further and further removed from that being
No, they're
relevant.
just
Hey,
training.
there hasn't been one that wasn't about fighting in 10 years. So
It's an
it's
off-season.
okay. They can do one.
yeah, it's okay.
It's
Alright.
okay.
What do you think? It's
Look,
training.
I'm really upset because you guys don't understand why it's okay. So
what are you saying?
But anyway,
Hey.
that is VR compatible, and that will put it to the test. You're going to be able to look from every angle at stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and so that'll be. I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll keep you updated every moment.
the thing too about VR porn, there's gonna be porn stars who like make their own VR video. Like you,
Yeah.
you could do Carmen Electra someday.
Is she a porn
Well,
star?
not a
unless
porn
unless
star.
it's I think it's, unless it's like 96.
Sorry,
maybe.
hey, I just called out the hottest chick ever. So
you just
sue
wish
me.
you did porn.
Sue me. But someday in a perfect world, Carmen Electra VR pornography.
Wow.
What's she been up to? Didn't she put out a song?
No. Did she?
Hey, you know what?
Probably.
Hey, you know what? Let's play it now. Theme song.
Don't wanna think too much, just turn the music up. Yeah, I like it, I like it. You know the words to all my songs. I like it when you sing along. I know you like my cheeky style. You wanna kick it for a while. You got me hot, I'm burning up. I like it when you come around. So play with me, I'll show you how to turn it up. I like it loud. Don't wanna think too much, just turn the music up. Yeah, I like it loud. Don't wanna
Oh shit.
Oh wow! Has it been
we have
21
Hey,
minutes?
all right, we're
was
back
that
now.
was that the
Yeah.
latest theme song
I
we've
think
ever
so.
done?
That was
Wow.
Carmen Electra's latest hit song.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what she's up to.
Good luck finding it, Sean.
No, you'll find it.
I'll find it.
I probably
Okay.
you probably
Don't
have the
worry.
album.
I heard a complaint from 21 Pilots fans that you
Stop there.
yeah,
No,
that
what?
you used all the mainstream songs and you didn't use the actual good ones. Like you
Oh, no
used you used like the
B-sides.
radio mainstream hits, but not like the actual like obscure
Right.
like the good ones.
Yeah.
If you're a real fan,
you
Yeah,
got-
the ones
hold
that
on.
everyone knows.
You're a music guy. You know that
I'm
the
a
stuff
music
they
guy.
play on the radio is bullshit.
Right.
The good stuff is the stuff that's too good for the radio because
Right.
normies can't handle it.
Right.
And you made us look like a bunch of normies.
I
I'm
still
sorry.
can't believe that those two 21 Pilot songs are both 21 Pilot songs. They sound like they are not even
because they're
remotely by the same
radio.
band.
They're the radio hits.
So weird.
I didn't really know what that band was before, and so I just found a couple songs and threw it on in there.
it's showing
And,
up in all my feeds.
They're really weird. I think they're Christian. It's a Christian band.
I
didn't know that.
don't know.
21 Pontius Pilots?
Yes, and I guess have you seen the guy's tattoos? Is that a tattoo? Do we
No.
know? It's like
His neck?
this, and his hands are just
No.
black. Just like
Cover it up.
like there's just
Like
paint
he,
smeared.
like he was wearing a plastic
In there.
turtleneck
There.
and it
Yeah.
melted to him.
See a red door in
So weird. Anyways,
That's not 21
that was
Pilots.
a weird
Don't
thing.
sing that.
But anyway, so you just used all the
Cover that.
normal songs, and
Yes.
Sorry,
you gotta get the obscure tracks.
sorry guys.
next
I'm
time.
not a pilot head.
Dude, B-sides.
Okay.
Anyways, we had a video come out this week.
Yeah.
Transition.
We did.
We
We didn't
Yeah,
know
what was
what
it?
we were doing.
It was our reaction to Fine Bros video.
Yeah.
Did you see it? If
You might have
not,
missed it. It might have slipped right through.
Yeah, we
it's funny. It hit number one on Reddit. We were number
it was
one
the
thing
number
on
one
Reddit.
number one thing, not just video, anything on Reddit. Which was very, very unexpected. We were in the middle of making a different video. And
Yeah, in fact, people wondered like what was wrong with Rocco.
is Rocco okay?
Rocco had makeup on
Yeah.
from another
Fucked
video we were
up.
filming.
So,
did
so good.
notice
So
that.
good job on the
So
makeup.
we
Thank
wrapped
you.
filming for the day. I think Frank said, "Have you heard this fucking thing they're doing?" We jumped on the green screen, and 5 minutes later, I forgot we filmed the video. Like, I
Yeah, we
didn't
yelled,
remember.
and then turned it off.
I walked into work the next day and said, "We're number one on Red right now," and I thought, "For what?"
It
Like,
was
what-
the least
What
amount
did
of
we
work
do?
we've put into a video in a long time. I think it took 10 minutes to film. and a couple hours to edit. You
Yeah,
did the editing by yourself.
a couple hours. Me and actually, you guys had left.
Yeah.
And Frank and I were at the studio. We went and got buffalo wings, and then came back, and I edited that for 2 hours, and went, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and you know what?
2 hours.
You know what? We totally farted it out. It was a thing, that big news story that day, so we made a couple of jokes and said, hey, that might be a funny video.
And I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was like, what the fuck?
What was going on was so, the whole situation was so off-putting to us that we were just uppity about it. And it was like, let's just turn on the fucking camera and yell. Why are we yelling off camera? Let's turn it on.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was it. I think we were saying before, what we didn't expect was people have been using this video as kind of spearheading a movement, which we did not intend at all.
No, we're getting political. I think it's about time.
Hey, honestly, we do this all the time. We'll just crap out a video about something stupid that happens, and it feels like we're the only ones who care.
Yeah.
But this time, we had opinions that I guess a lot of people shared, so...
Which is cool.
Yeah, it was unintentional, though, but the video really blew up.
I
so
wish
that
I
was
didn't
cool.
make my beard as gross as I could.
Oh,
We
Sean,
did that.
you're
What
my
was
favorite.
that?
Sean, you're my favorite in the whole video because your beard is out of control and you don't say anything.
Yeah, I don't.
It's for the community. it's really great.
I'm really excited about it.
Before we filmed, I thought,
God.
well, this is a nothing dumb thing anyways. I'm just gonna be extra dumb and make my beard. I started like this. And like, all right, we're good to go. I made like a
Same with me and the
puffy-
eye makeup. I was
Yeah.
like, I could wash this off, but fuck it, I'll look
That shit was
sickly.
left
Yeah,
over.
who cares?
But I feel like this is just like... We make fun of videos when PETA wants to ban Cooking Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of another example recently. But, I can't. But even, like, make videos about swatting and just, like, anything that's stupid that's
Yeah,
going on. We'll make a
current
video
events.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one, people were like, good on Mega64!
Yeah, and I think, I kind of said this before, but I just think people had not, this sounds a little more insulting than I intend.
Uh-oh.
But let me go into this for a second.
Okay.
I think no one had been given catharsis from the Fine Brothers. And what I mean by that is, when you look...
What do you mean by that?
Okay, Fine Brothers, I'm sure, are wonderful people, but...
We know they are.
Yeah, I've heard from many people that they're great guys. But when you go on YouTube, no matter who you are inundated with children react, teens react to Nirvana, grandparents react to a can opener, dogs react to World War II, Italian people react to handguns. Like it's just
They're forums.
something, everything, and everywhere, and then to pile on top of this cacophony of shit. Then they put out a video saying, hey, guess what? Now we have a React empire. We've trademarked the word React. You can make your own React video. Use all our logos. Share ad revenue with us. But it ballooned into this thing that's just,
Slow your fucking
And so
roll.
we put out a video that's like just ripping on it and just deflating it.
Yeah.
With our sarcasm. And I think there were just a million people going, oh, fuck, thank God. Oh, someone's sick of this, too,
But, yeah, I agree. I think it's bigger than the Fine Brothers, though.
Sure.
I think, like we were saying, I think it's like you get pissed off when Taylor Swift does it with this sick
Sure.
beat.
The trademarking
You
situation.
get pissed off when the NFL trademarks the term
Yeah.
Super Bowl, and it's just like the Fine Brothers was one too many.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't say anything to the NFL that's going to fucking
Sure.
matter, but I could definitely...
The Fine Brothers are a reachable target.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
And so they kind of became...
They're small enough and painting with such broad strokes that they just became the biggest bullseye.
And that's one thing I will say is kind of unfair, frankly, about this happening with the Fine Brothers. I feel bad for them in a way because what they're trying to do, there have been so many... Okay, so for people who don't... Just in case people don't know what we're talking about, they attempted to trademark the word react, which is a very basic term. But I get where they're coming from. They're trademarking. They have a channel that's youtube.com/react. They post people reacting to stuff,
Right.
And so whatever. But it just came off. And honestly, frankly, it's all communication. They put out a video that talked like we're doing the world a favor. We're gonna let you make a React
People
video
are gonna
if you
look back
want.
on this day in history and realize this is the day.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the video. This is the
moment.
moment
Yeah.
that changed everything.
And so it was all communication. I know those guys are. I mean, I don't know them personally, but I'm assuming they don't want to take over the world and whatever.
Who can say?
What sucks is that the NFL has made it to where you can't fucking say Super Bowl.
yeah.
I mean, oh my God! And
Big
yeah,
game.
Taylor Swift copywriting the term 1989. Like, come on.
I know.
Hey, Dom.
Someone walked in that did not know we were doing a podcast.
The power went out in our
Sorry.
studio, so we had to invade your house. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Improvise.
We could be next.
Keep going.
But anyway, yeah. So the Super Bowl has done that. Taylor Swift was copywriting this sick beat and all these basic things, whatever. There have been way worse things. So I do feel bad because the Fine Brothers, it's like they're the approachable target, so everyone's throwing tomatoes at them. Whereas the NFL, it's like, well, yeah, you can't say Super Bowl. Whatever. But I should rewind it a little bit, though. The thing is, Super Bowl is, okay, they did trademark that. You can't say that. But still, you could say, the Super Bowl is a specific thing. Mm-hmm. This sick beat is this phrase, 1980, I don't know, whatever, with all this other stuff. But react is the most basic term. It's up there with breathe, sleep, eat. These are things humans do. And it doesn't look good no matter what you're trying to do, good or bad. It doesn't look good when you are trademarking react. React!
It goes deeper. It's such a complex issue, too, because
it is,
the big argument with Super Bowl and the NFL, they were saying, if you advertise something as Super Bowl, that detracts from our product. And that's kind of the...
Sure.
What all of this is built on. If you start saying it, people will stop coming to our thing because they could get it from you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And so these React videos, with that logic, it kind of says, well, if Tommy over there gets 15 views... nobody's gonna watch elders react to Panic at the Disco. And it's like, really? Does it matter that much? It comes down to the question of just because it's legal, does that make it right? Just because legally you can trademark a word.
Does that make you cool?
Does that mean that it's okay for you to do that? And I think a majority of people out there say no, it's not okay. Just because legally you can do it doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, and I just think nothing good came out of trademarking the word react.
I
know they were going after, and protecting their thing. And any big YouTube channel should do that. But even Ray William Johnson, I could give a shit about Ray William Johnson, but his show is called Equals 3. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I know. It's called Equals 3. He should trademark that. You don't want Sony to make the Equals 3 show. Whatever. I know that they don't want Sony to make a show that's called, React. But man, this is the problem when you have, and again, I'm going to sound more insulting than I intend to the Fine Brothers, but I'm sorry. When you're working with the most basic human thing as your premise, that's the danger of it. And I know that a lot of what the Fine Brothers have done is out of fear because frankly, sorry, no offense to them, anybody could do their format. Anybody on planet Earth can show a 9-year-old a music video from the 90s and say, what do you think about this? Anybody could do that, and they're afraid of anybody taking it from them. If you look online, in 2014, they tried to get the Ellen Show to cave. When they showed kids a typewriter, do you know what this is? They tried to get their comments swapped and everything taken down. BuzzFeed showed kids 90s videos. They wrote an inflammatory thing about it.
They can't be the best forever.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to lock out whoever could be the best.
And that's the danger. I'm not even saying the Fine Brothers don't do that the best. Let's say right now they do. Yeah. They have the best reaction videos in the world, but that's the danger when you're working with... That is the most basic human thing. And I was telling the other guys the example of everybody on Earth, any human who has ever played video games, any of you out there, I guarantee at some point has said, as you're sitting and playing the newest video game, fucking Resident Evil 7 comes out, you're sitting there, and what do you say at some point? Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if you could show video games to someone 100 years ago? Mm-hmm. That's a basic human reaction. So yes, you want to show a Nirvana video to a 5-year-old and go, hey, what do you think about this? What is this? That's something all humans want to do.
Their show really is kind of akin to just a news program. It's people sitting there talking about things that have happened.
Really.
That's it. I mean, they're not like making short films and
Right.
showing kids like
That's the thing is they're not making
It's
the
like, yeah.
content that they're showing. They're showing
It's
something
just-
that they don't own.
It's just stuff that has happened. So it's kind of just
I
like a
don't know.
news program.
To me, the whole thing just seemed like another restriction being put on the creativity of YouTube. as a
Right, and I
format.
just kept
But-
thinking of like the kid who has 4 subscribers.
Yeah.
And likes
and,
to
and
make
makes a
react
video or whatever. I mean, we made fucking parody videos when we were younger because I know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
I just honestly still don't.
It's just
But-
to me, it was another sad nail in the coffin of what the heyday
Yeah.
of YouTube used to be, the
But
creative freedom.
yeah.
I
of
can't
the
imagine
And that's-
getting a cease and desist
'Cause
letter
I don't
when I'm
wanna-
13.
I don't wanna get-
because I made a React video.
Yeah.
That's
We
fucking
don't-
terrifying.
We don't want to get misconstrued. Like, we don't have a personal vendetta against the Fine Brothers.
No.
I don't
Or
think
really-
I don't think any of us
Yeah,
enjoy their
I
content.
can't speak for all of us, but I don't even think we really care about React
That's
videos.
not-
No, at all.
The
But
state
Don't
of
give a
them.
fuck.
I don't
But-
watch Five Nights at Freddy's
but-
videos either. There's just content on YouTube not made for me. It
But
does
what,
well.
but what you were saying though about like the heyday of YouTube and stuff like
Yeah.
that is where I think the heart of all this lies, and why I did want to make a video about it is because they do in their video they put out, which is really that was the whole thing we were making fun of was their video. Their video they talk about YouTube has become too corporate and we're representing cool stuff for real creators to do, and meanwhile they're talking about how you can share your profits with them and license all their things. I know they probably had good intentions,
Dude,
but that's why we made the video right there. Is that incongruity?
It stunk of when Tidal had their announcement video,
Yeah.
and it was it was like Nicki Minaj and the guy from Coldplay and Madonna being like, "Finally, this is your chance to stand up to the big companies, and we can finally make sure the artists get paid."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, like Nicki Minaj has never made a dime off of her
finally.
music. Finally, we can make sure Nicki Minaj is taken care of.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. To me, the whole reason to do the video was exactly that. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point I wanted to make. What's right, what's wrong, that does not concern me. Just personally. Don't tell me it's this when the only benefit they kept saying it's for the community, and that, which I is my favorite part
Yeah.
of our video is the repeat mentioning of the community. But the whole reason it was said, they say that and they say it, but it's guys, it's to make you money.
But I think
just say it.
What's ongoing, what continues to be funny to me is that the Fine Brothers haven't changed their position whatsoever.
Yeah, so they put out a response video.
They keep releasing new videos.
They reacted to
but it just,
everyone online.
It just keeps reaffirming their original point of, no, this is great. It's cool.
No, you guys don't get it.
You don't understand why this is actually okay. It's just like, how many people need to get angry before you consider maybe they have a point.
Maybe shouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Or just, I don't know.
But in bringing that up, though, I do just want to say that, again, people have been using our video as a spearhead for a lot of stuff, and I've been seeing us get lumped into a lot of hateful things that really we weren't even intending to. Meaning, honestly, a lot of what I see is still, and the initial big Reddit post about this said they're trying to copyright all reaction videos. And the truth is, no, they can't do that, and they're not going to. And you should go if you want to make reaction videos, go make your own. You don't have to license anything from them, and they never said you had to either. All they're offering is a way to franchise their stuff. I know that's what they intend, but it's just the way it all came off. It was not clear in any way, and it just,
The
that's what we're
problem
poking
is
fun
they made another video that was trying to clear anything up, and it was like, it seemed so kind of like banal and pointless. Yeah. There was no, well, what does it mean to have our format? Like, what is our format? Well, watch any of our videos. There's nothing here.
Yeah.
It's somebody
Just
sitting
someone
looking at a
and
laptop
talking,
with
yeah.
a lower third, and I think a video in like a corner. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what is there that I'm licensing?
I wonder,
other than the name or like a title at the front.
Yeah, I wonder if after this backlash, you're gonna see more people just making their own React videos and
Hopefully.
and just kind of like pushing back against it. Like, I would, are people gonna start licensing the React thing, or are people just gonna say, fuck it, I'm gonna put up my own React videos? And like, how many letters can the Fine Brothers lawyers actually send out before it gets tedious and becomes a distraction from making their own videos?
And honestly, I was going to say, some people will, I think a few people will benefit from doing, if they go through with their thing, Fine Brothers, like, whole licensing thing. There will be some people who use all the official stuff and go real weird with it, and it'll be like, whoa, look at this guy in this other country who's making this React show.
Videos.
And it might benefit from their promotion. But by and large,
No.
make your own. And
It won't, and I
don't.
think the majority of it's just going to be shutting down people with 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
And that's going to be more that is going to happen.
And I should say, like, I've even, a lot of this conversation, I have even expressed that I feel bad for the Fine Brothers in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have heard plenty of, frankly, I have heard plenty of reports of
Yeah.
people having their stuff taken down by them.
It's, you know
I have
what?
heard that, to be fair.
They're siding with the dark side. Because there's a lot of bullshit that I've experienced personally about my own personal videos being taken down. Not because of the Fine Brothers, but due to copyright stuff on YouTube that I have felt was like, you know what? I think I'm in the right, but I have nowhere to go with my complaints because YouTube just shut it down, said like, you know what? You're wrong. This is a copyright violation. It's done. And now they've added a whole nother criteria of videos to that. Like, it sucks. Just the way YouTube is when there's a copyright claim and things get shut down, that's it. They don't like really investigate it. Sometimes if you're a big channel, they do, but by and large, for the most part, it's just like, it sucks. And to see more and more videos become susceptible to that just blanket, like, this
I
take
think
down.
YouTube, I think
it's part of the
YouTube
problem.
Works closely with who they choose to work closely with, so that way certain channels and certain people don't fall into those trappings.
Yeah.
But by and large, it is a blanket, like, yeah, fuck it, take it
Well,
down.
it's just, I've had, I do music videos sometimes. I've had music videos taken down off my YouTube channel for copyright infringement, even though they were commissioned by the owners of the copyright.
Right.
The people who own the music wanted a video, and then the video violates a YouTube thing, and it's just a big bureaucracy that hurts a lot of people. And to add to that bureaucracy, I think that is what outrages people.
Yeah, that's what outraged people. And again, as I said a minute ago, they in their video kept talking about how we miss the heyday of YouTube and we want creators to have the power and we want this and all these things that sound good, and then they turn around and say, well, here's our licensing plan. It just reeked of the wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, regardless of what they intended.
It's about being we're pro creator. We want all the little guys to be making stuff, but also be careful of our lawyers. We're coming for you, but not you specifically, but also be careful.
Yeah, it just didn't look right.
No, exactly.
And, regardless of what they really plan to do or not, it didn't look right, and that's what our video is making fun of.
Yeah. And
that's it.
our next video is going to have nothing to do with the Fine Brothers.
It's not?
All the subscribers we got from Reddit this week are going to leave us when they see our next video.
It's going to get like, I don't know, a 20th of the views that this one got, and we've spent a lot of time on it. So
So as soon as this video blew up, I mean, in 2 hours, it was all over the internet, and it was we were about to work on this other video that again we paused to do the Fine Brothers thing, and so we saw this one blowing up, and we were like, wow. Well, let's go work hard on this other video. We have way more work to do on that will get a tenth of the views.
A tenth.
So, with that being on the front of Reddit, that makes views just go nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a big.
It's getting near 1 million.
Now, the original video, the Fine Brothers video, is called Update, right?
I don't know.
No, that's their second one.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I've been looking at the likes and dislikes. When I checked in with the first one, way more dislikes, like almost double what the likes were. The update one, I haven't seen the update one, is 45,000 likes, but 176,000 dislikes.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people who just saw, they made another video dislike. Like, I don't put a lot of credence. Yeah, I don't put a lot of credence into the like and dislike. That's a jerk off, like, nothing. The like and dislike button on YouTube.
People hit without even watching the video.
Nobody gives a shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're just hitting a button. Like, I
like and dislike videos often, so I disagree.
Do you really?
I think it's. I do dislike videos sometimes when they're lame.
You know.
React World Announcement is the name of their video.
You know what I used to do when I was younger and a dick? And you could do this. When they had recently uploaded videos, I would go to the newest one. If it was some annoying whatever, I would dislike.
Just one dislike.
They uploaded this 30 seconds ago. And they already
One view, one dislike.
Okay, you want to know the likes and dislikes now?
Yeah.
It's considerably bigger.
What is it?
On the original React Around the World announcement, 37,000 likes, 207 dislikes.
1,000 or
207,000. Yeah.
No, 207 period.
That's yeah.
207,000.
20.7.
Christ.
Anyway, so that's that.
That's that. So, anyway. Anyway, there you go.
Well, you guys aren't alone. I mean, that.
You know,
We weren't alone.
Dude,
viewers
I
have
actually, honestly, no joke. I'm not joking. I feel bad for them just because you could see the difference in their faces from one video to the other.
Yeah.
Those guys,
fucking exhausted.
dude, emotionally, I know that they're not doing well right now, and I feel bad for that.
Yeah, so you gotta look that up.
It's gotta hurt their business.
Someone on NeoGAF
I'll put
actually,
it on the screen.
yeah, posted a image
Side
of
by side.
them before and after the announcement, and it's just you see two defeated men.
Yep.
It's
It's
a bummer.
two happy guys standing, and then the picture below is just two guys sitting
Yeah.
on a couch.
It,
Oh man.
it looked like they both got diarrhea. Like it's just like
That'll deflate you.
Jeez. Everything's diarrhea with you, Rocco. You
Yeah,
got-
Rocco's
what the
poop.
You need a new reference.
That's the thing is,
Okay.
when people say that we're
Constipation.
involved in this war. I'm way too dumb to be in a war like this. I don't know what I'm in over my head.
The war's
You've
over.
never filmed a React video. You've never shown your kids anything.
The war's
No.
over.
Yeah, Sean keeps
Shit.
his kids locked in a room.
They're in a black room. No lights,
the
anything.
beef-
No some shit.
The beef has officially been settled. Fine, brothers, we forgive you. The beef is officially settled.
You're welcome.
It's clear to us you're not going to change your course, so more power to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we really should trademark public videos and public prank videos.
That's a good idea.
Just to protect ourselves, honestly, because somebody else will trademark it in the future.
You should
And
trademark.
then we won't be able to
What?
do it anymore.
Trademark public prank videos so other people stop doing shitty.
No, I don't want
prank
to
videos.
stop anybody.
I want
just want to make
like
sure
that.
nobody
I want
stops
CM7 to
us.
stop.
I want to make sure we can continue.
I think our next video should be a collab with the Fire Brothers because no one would see that coming.
yeah.
That'd be a big twist.
Hell yeah.
Surprise.
Big fucking twist.
so.
Yeah,
Fine
that'd be
Brothers,
great.
Yeah, reach out to us.
Well,
Hit us
so
up.
let us know. Come on down to San Diego. Film a quick vid. It'll be fun.
You react to our
we'll
studio.
do a public skit with you guys, and you guys can do a public skit, and then we'll do a react video.
Mhm.
It'd be a crossover.
Cool.
Oh, I like it.
Very cool
No,
idea.
no one will see it coming.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That'd be so
We
good.
have sponsors.
Yes. Hey,
Can you believe how corporate they are?
Dude.
Anyway, this week's podcast.
another cell phone. No, it's. I want to say thank you to. Kickapoo Joy Juice. Go and get a. We don't have any here right now at my home. There are.
drank it all.
We drank it all.
We don't even have any at the studio.
We drink all that too.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
got
drank it
one.
all. There's
Double
one.
There's one lone bottle of Malibu.
I was
that
gonna
Garrett
drink it.
saved
Remember,
me.
I told you I was gonna have it on the podcast
For your
for my
birthday.
birthday.
Actually, Kickapoo trademarked the term Kickapoo. You're not allowed to drink one unless you license the beverage from them through a local retailer.
Uh-huh.
Beverages and More is a
That-
licensing distributor.
That makes sense.
You can buy a Kickapoo license at Amazon.com. And I think they're handing out Kickapoo licenses to consume the beverage at Kickapoo.com too.
Well,
Get a license.
no matter how you get licensed up, you can drink it wherever, whenever. If you go to drinkkickapoo.com,
Yeah.
get a case.
You can get your
follow
license.
them. Follow them on Twitter at drinkkickapoo, and they'll tell you where the drinks are at any given moment.
Where you
Who's
can
drink-
legally obtain
where
one.
you can legally have a sip.
You don't want any pirated Kickapoo
Nope.
or
Yeah.
or Kickapoo outside of the
Illegal.
Get
sip.
out there,
the
let-
licensing scheme.
Hey, license the poo, man. Like, get out
License
there
the
and do
poo.
it.
You don't want any illegal poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah,
That would be a legal shitstorm for you.
yeah. So get a Kickapoo today and do it legally. I also want to say,
Have the Fine Brothers reacted to Kickapoo yet?
They like it.
yeah, good stuff.
Do kids?
Now there's going to be a third image comparison. They'll be alive.
I made a video. Kids react to
Energized.
Kickapoo. I took a couple of
Uh-oh.
kids ages 5 and under, and I forced them to. I gave them each a 24 pack of Kickapoo. Forced them. I don't know how many ounces that is. 20,
lot. That's a
24 12-ounce cans. Yeah, and then they reacted to it.
They liked it.
How'd they
yeah.
Like
Can't upload it, but he did
They
it.
loved
yeah, they
it.
can't live, but they fucking loved
Yeah.
it.
I can't
Good
upload
reaction.
it.
That's
Yeah.
a good reaction.
Yeah,
They had a reaction,
they did have one.
and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So, anyways, experiment for yourself. Get a case of Kickapoo. Go nuts.
Hell yeah.
The hardest I laughed is still the shitty meme that somebody posted. Just had an allergic reaction to peanuts. Got sued by the Fine Brothers. That still cracks me up. Anyway, so thank you to Kickaboo. Hey, while you're at it and you're on your web browser of choice, check out shop.mega64.com where you can get a selection of items, tall and wide. I mean, any size, really.
Shop.mega64.com is perfectly optimized to be used in Netscape.
Yeah. Netscape Navigator.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to school with a kid that called it Nutscrape?
Nope.
No way. Navigate.
No, I wish I was that.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got Nutscrape. You got Internet Exploder.
Okay.
What was Firefox?
Firefox.
Fire Cox, dumbass.
Yeah, Fired Cox. Anyway, and then Chrome wasn't around at the time.
No, that's new kid on the block.
What would
bring that
Chrome
up.
be?
Dumb.
What are the kids? Maybe the kids could write in email question of the week. What are y'all in high school called?
Yeah, what browser?
Just
Yeah,
be
Opera.
Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to
Open up Nutscrape Navigator, go to shop.mega64.com.
shop.mega64.com. We got all kinds of stuff. I'm happy to say, any day now we will be shipping. We did pre-orders in early January for the Mega64 10th Anniversary Collection Blu-ray box set that has all our stuff, version 1, 2, and 3, plus more. All in one box set. Those will finally ship soon, those of you who pre-ordered it.
Awesome.
Those of you who didn't, there will be copies in the main store. We'll announce it whenever we know. It should be any day now. They're just wrapping up. They take a long time to make.
Yeah.
But anyway, it should be any day now.
Keep an eye on the Twitter.
This coming Friday, there'll be a couple things back in stock too. The Charm shirts
Damn.
will be back. And I think, I'll double check, I think the Cute Boy shirt, the baseball cut kind of shirt, I think that should be back too, but we'll have to find out. But the Charm shirt will be. So anyway, check out shop.mega64.com. It's a great way to support our shows. And also, if you want to directly support us consistently, because you like our stuff so much, go to patreon.com/mega64, where you can patronize us. Basically, every month you can contribute a small amount, and it does help, and we can hit some new goals. And
It
things
helps us a lot. We want to hit our next goal. We want to hit it. So visit us on
Which one do I
patreon.com/mega64.
get fired? Is that one still? Is that 9,000?
It was 9,000. I'm willing to lower it. I'm willing to lower it.
Okay.
Might consider 8.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just let me know.
If we hit 8 a
Just give me
month,
a heads up.
I'd be down to fire you.
I think the other way. Raise it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm ready to.
Punishment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm about at the end of my rope.
Shit.
And by the way, we've said it again, but because of this Patreon and stuff like that, we've got Kevin doing stuff with us full time, and he right now is running PAX South for us.
Yeah, out there with Brian.
And
Yeah.
I think he's going to be, honestly, just on his own, he might be doing a few more cons, just bringing a booth of our merch to different cons that we wouldn't have a
We're
chance to go
definitely
to.
going to be going to more cons this year. A lot more cons, thanks to the Patreon.
Yeah,
So-
honestly, because he's running it for us.
and-
he can do that, and it doesn't take away. We should say it doesn't take away from us working on videos. Because
we could film that Fire video because we weren't in Texas.
Exactly.
And in addition to that, we've been talking about it and updating about it, but our new web series, Funny Factory, is going to be debuting very soon.
Any day now.
So lots of stuff happening. It's an exciting time to be a fan of Mega64.
Right.
Yeah.
And what else? What else should we talk about?
I saw a lot of Oscar movies.
Oh yeah, you have watched a lot of stuff.
them.
Really?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I thought Bridge of Spies was great. I think everyone would like that movie. I'll give quick reviews. I saw The Big Short. Has anyone seen that yet?
No.
I know of it, but I didn't see it.
No.
I thought it was good, but the way it was filmed,
It looks super handheld and like shaky cam. And
which I told them I got the vibe that they wanted to give off the impression that somebody who worked in Wall Street who is fucking cocky edited this movie. It's kind of the
Oh, really?
that's kind of how I
Yeah, you
felt.
said it was kind of like the Goodfellas approach, where
Right.
Scorsese wanted it to be like the gangster told the story,
Right.
And he cut the movie. Things didn't match up.
And I feel like that's what this was with this someone who is really fucking cocky in Wall Street. So I liked the movie. Steve Carell was fucking great in it. I liked it. Revenant was fucking nuts. I felt tired and cold and
Revenant's crazy.
after that. Mad Max, I fucking hated. And I am like the one person that I know who fucking hated that movie.
What did you not like about it?
Fucking hated it. I hated, name something. I probably hated it. Like,
The cars.
The landscape.
The Doof
The
Warrior.
story was out of.
He didn't mention any of the stuff he said.
What was it? I wasn't listening. I was in the zone.
I was in the zone. I wasn't.
I was in
Name
the zone,
anything.
guys.
Sorry, I
Probably
wasn't
hated
listening
it.
to any of that.
Sorry. Sorry.
Going.
And I knew people were getting pissed off at me for saying that. I know it. I don't understand what you liked.
But I honestly, I don't agree with that. I really, really liked that movie, but I almost agree with everything you said about it. I felt no human connection to anything in it. I thought it was a incredibly badass action movie. But I think Best Picture is absurd. I think
there is a world
there's no
that
one I
he
have
made,
any connection to
which
in it.
I did like. I thought the
Yeah.
world was cool.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is neat. But there was nothing besides that. Like, the story, literally, spoiler, the story is we got halfway to where we wanted to go. We're just gonna go back. That's the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
I could not believe this was the movie that was what people were talking about. I was
screenplay.
shocked.
When you boil it down to that, that's hilarious.
I don't think it's a movie so much about what happens, but how it happens.
Sure.
Okay.
And I think it progresses better than most movies today progress.
Sure.
For example, he has that thing on his face.
Yeah.
The majority of the movie. Any other movie would have been like, he gets that fucking whipped off and on to the next thing. And I just appreciate, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And it took its time to savor some elements. Whether they were the greatest elements ever, I think was not the point.
There's too many things out right now where a problem is quickly dealt with, and things are a thing for 1 second.
Contrast
and
would
move
be The Martian in an early. I don't want to give away what happens, but in the early part of that movie, he has a very like, oh fuck, how's he gonna deal with this problem? And it's kind of like, all right, on to the
on. All
next
right,
thing.
done. What do I figure out now? Yeah.
Sure.
Totally.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I did like The Martian too, by the way. But with Mad Max, like, I thought that the way the action sequences were cool. But those characters, I didn't give a fuck about. I didn't care about, like, I just couldn't believe that was the movie. Like, it really...
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
And-
Yeah,
and
I
I
agree
think
with for you.
Maybe, I think that maybe if I walked into the theater when it came out, not expecting shit, and got that movie, I would have liked it more.
And-
but when I saw it, it's now, everyone's hyped it up for a year, and now it's nominated for Best Picture, and
Yeah.
I watched it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was...
The
That's
thing
the wrong
is,
way to
the
see
thing
any
is,
movie.
yeah, you are seeing it a year late in a bad context. That
Sure.
definitely is
Best
an
Picture,
unfortunate
really?
thing.
Wow.
And that's why I try
didn't know that.
That's why I try to see this shit right when it comes out, because you do kind of become victim to reactions. Sorry if I'm allowed to
Did
say
you
that.
say...
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Did you just
But-
fucking say the word?
Don't.
Sorry.
Don't.
Voldemort.
Don't.
Anyway, my response to that is no, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of a unfortunate place to be with that.
Sure, but
yeah.
for
But I still
example,
agree.
I watched when I did watch The Big Short. I went in the same mindset of this was nominated for Best Picture. Let me see what it's about.
Sure.
And I liked it. So like, I can't say that that's really
Right.
Sure.
I don't know. I just can't. Anyways, whatever. You guys don't care anymore. But I
You
don't
can't
like
be bothered.
it. I can't be bothered.
Face it.
Yeah. Anyways, there's my Oscar. I'll let you know when I see the other ones. I want to watch Spotlight next.
Yeah, I haven't watched I haven't other than Revenant. We saw Revenant. Yeah, Revenant, Mad Max. I've seen The Martian. I'm waiting. I'm going to see these other ones coming up, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I'll see Bridge of Spies in like the next couple days probably.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any of that stuff.
I think Bridge of Spies would have been. I think Frank was saying this too. It would have been a bigger deal if Spielberg didn't direct it, because people expect it from him, and it was great. I loved it.
That's
but
interesting.
But it's like,
Yeah, that is interesting.
They're not going to nominate. You know, I don't know. I just feel like you didn't hear the buzz about it because Spielberg. Of course, he did a great movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Spielberg.
I mean, a lot of people don't know the Coen brothers wrote it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still
Yeah.
people don't talk
I
about that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they
Wow.
wrote it.
Huh.
Is
So
it
anyway.
No.
funny? Oh.
No, but anyway, so I want to check that stuff out. I got to watch this past week. I just saw, I think a couple documentaries, and the main one that I saw was it just came out. I think it might be on Netflix. I'm not sure, but my dad actually got a Blu-ray copy of it. But All Things Must Pass is a documentary about Tower Records, the famous music store that was around for decades. The rise and fall of it. And, that was a mainstay for so long. And I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but my dad is a, huge music nut. I mean, he loved the biggest thing for him is the Beatles, but, he was at Tower Records every single week. Every Tuesday he was there no question, and I went with him all the time as a kid. That was like, I mean, so that I knew about Tower Records, but it didn't occur to me that all that would flood back in as soon as I started the movie. The documentary starts in like an empty Tower Records store that's like still standing somewhere, I think in Northern California or something. And I was not prepared for like the feelings I got as soon as it rushed. It was like,
Nostalgia.
oh my god, I went here every week as a kid with my dad.
Yeah, I did the
Like,
same thing
and
with my dad, too.
it was just like, oh, like it was like all these memories that were locked away came out.
Huh.
But it was really interesting to see kind of the rise and fall and how funny, how interesting the fall was. It wasn't like a gradual like, oh man, not doing so good. It was Tower Records is expanding at the same rate from 1960 to 2000. And then suddenly one day it was over. And it was like cross attack from all these different places. It was CDs became the mainstay thing, and they wanted them to be people are willing to pay more for CDs, right? Well, let's get rid of singles. Sometimes people just want the one song, but we'll get them to buy the full album at, $20. Here's the $20 for the CD. Here's this. And at the same time, Walmart started going, all right, we'll sell CDs for $12. And then at the same time, Napster came out, because some people, if you deny the consumer enough, they'll find ways. And people sometimes just want a single. I just want Eminem's new song. I don't need the album. Well, they found an easy way to get it, and Napster came around. And it was like those things happened on 1 week. And then it was like, hey, by the way, you have no money. What? We made $1 billion last 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No. And it was like overnight. Overnight, you are replaced.
Damn.
And so anyway, it's a really interesting documentary. It's more so about their rise and how a small group of people made it happen than it is the fall. But it's a really interesting documentary. Interviews with Elton John, who used to go every week. Dave Grohl, who used to work there. Lots of great stuff. Yeah, Dave Grohl talks about working at the store and then eventually having a signing there as Nirvana.
That's cool.
And how he knew he made it was they had a painting of Nevermind. Like Tower Records, and it reminded me, Tower Records used to always have big painted displays of albums. They'd make like a 3D sculpture of like, the baby swimming in the pool. He's like, I went and they had a 3D baby and a real dollar bill like on a string dangling around. And I was like, I made it. Oh man, I used to work here.
That's so cool.
So anyway,
My
cool.
My dad took me, as you said. Did they know who your dad was when you walked in? Because when I remember going with my dad, they'd all like, "Oh hey, Craig!" Like all the employees knew my dad because he was always fucking there.
They were always showing him Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't know anything else about him, but it was always like,
guy?
"Hey, just so you know, we're getting Anthology next week. You know about that, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay."
Yeah.
And they would let him get stuff. I think like when the Beatles Anthology came out, they let him go at midnight. Like they opened the store. They opened the store for like a few people they knew, because the crew at each store would be really like hand trained by like the main 5 people that ran it all. It wasn't a very corporate store, and so they were all people who were really into music and were really feverish about it. So yeah, at midnight they would actually on their own time come down and all right, buy the album.
One of the last times I went was a midnight record release for a Tool album.
Oh really?
They did one for Tool
and a Weezer album on the same night.
Really?
What album was it?
It was Lateralis for Tool, and I think it was
Maladroit.
I don't know what it was.
Green?
It might have been green. I think it was the green one.
Maladroit.
Well, I got just the Weezer one. My roommate got both, but we went down there and did a midnight thing. Before that, I used to dumpster dive in the one near my house.
Oh yeah.
But the good one was down in Pacific Beach.
Because they would just have.
They would just have all the promotional shit they threw away.
Yeah.
Seriously, I pulled out a stack of fucking Silverchair posters that I just used to make other posters and stuff, like the back of them. There was all kinds of stuff I'd find in the dumpsters behind the tower over at college.
It's just funny because you see stuff in some of the footage and it's like you just realize how much is what?
You ever heard that Tool song? It's like
Oh yeah.
Derek
was over here. Everyone was talking.
I saw him playing bass.
And then all of a sudden he goes, "It's Tool." The Tool song.
I didn't know
It was so quiet.
I thought he was having a stroke.
It was weird.
But it's just weird seeing stuff from another time that is so, like, okay, pre-order the Backstreet Boys CD now, and we'll open at midnight. It's like music does not have that anymore. The closest thing is Record Store Day to having anything like that, but that's a cluster. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Anyway,
Anyways,
Saw that.
anything else?
Were there
I
any
watched a
others?
documentary
What'd you
available
watch?
on Netflix. It is a very crazy documentary. I think it's new. I think they just put it out. It's a new release. It's called Cartel Land. Has anybody seen Cartel
I
Land?
think I got emails from people recommending like you should check this out.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, I think I did.
It is absolutely a documentary I would like. Cartel Land is about Mexican drug cartels and just kind of like the whole situation going on.
Sounds scary.
It is scary. I didn't realize that there are like significant portions of America that are basically under like cartel control.
In America.
In America,
What, through
yeah.
like Texas and New Mexico?
Through Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. Basically, it's just a wide open desert out there, and in the middle of it is fences. And these cartels use these areas to smuggle their drugs and smuggle people in. And they have set up forward operating bases in America to facilitate these smuggling routes. Like, they have these smuggling routes basically planned out. They're guarded with guns, and they have, like, housing, shacks built up as lookout points. And the U.S. government isn't there. Basically, they don't have enough manpower to do anything about it. So local guys started just arming themselves.
Like Minutemen.
Yeah, local militia. And
Yeah.
you hear about these militias in the news all the time. Well, this documentary, they actually go down and interview one. And it was like modern day Wild Wild West. This guy, he was explaining it. And it was like, yeah, well, these criminals, these banditos roll into town with machine guns. They don't have a problem killing anybody.
Jesus.
They'll kill anybody who gets
God.
in their way. The government says we should call the police. It takes 90 minutes for the police to come out here. What am I supposed to do for 90 minutes when the cartel's firing guns at you? He's like,
Fuck.
He's like, it's like the Wild West down here. Nobody's going to defend us. We have to defend ourselves. And then the other half of the documentary is like deep in Mexico. You've probably heard about farmers becoming like arming themselves
Yeah.
to fight back. It
Right.
follows that whole movement.
Oh, really?
Like the leader of that group, and yeah, it's called Cartel Land.
Let me check it out.
It's heinous documentary. You will see severed heads in
Oh,
it.
maybe I
there's stories of there's
come on,
stories
Sean.
Find something real quick.
Come on,
stories
Come on,
of
Sean, turn
babies
on
being murdered.
real life.
fuck, okay.
This is real life.
It's
I
real
know.
life, and it's happening in our backyard.
Yeah.
That's the
We're-
thing is,
you
it's
know
real
how
life,
close
but there's
Tijuana
things
is?
real life I don't want to know about,
I think
Ignorance is
everybody,
bliss.
you know what? Everybody should know about this shit because it's happening, and
Sure,
it sucks.
sure.
But you know what? If hearing about it is hard, imagine living it. So
That's
I'll
true.
watch when it comes to like intense, violent things like that. I will watch it when it's newsworthy. That's when I'll do it. If it's about the cartel, like in that situation, I will watch that. If someone sends me, "Hey, check out this video, guy was chewing on a blast cap and it
Oh,
blasted
that
his jaw,"
fucking
no,
picture
I
I
won't
saw.
watch that.
God
I won't
damn
look
it.
at that. But if it's you know what I mean though. But if it's newsworthy,
Can you send me the link?
I
It's-
will hunker it down and I'll
context,
watch it.
Context is important.
Completely, 100% for me.
And I absolutely understand
That's just how I stand.
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
not.
Doesn't make it hard. Doesn't make it any easier to watch sometimes.
that. I don't need to. I don't.
13,
I'm
going
like.
on
Yeah, I'm like.
ogreish.
We're all like 30, and I don't
Yeah.
need to watch Faces of Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, if you ever do, come over. I got the VHS.
We watch
box set.
VHS.
I think the last time. Oh, sorry.
Oh, nothing. Just it really opened up my eyes because I think there's all this stuff about what's going on in Iraq and what's going on in the Middle East, and you're like, man, it's fucking crazy. Glad I'm not over there. It is just as crazy 2 hours away from
Yeah.
where we are right now.
And it's it's not just 2 hours south. It's 2 hours
East.
east
Yeah.
and 2 hours north. Like, you really have.
Pockets of.
Well, Southern California is so coastally built
Yeah.
that when you go 2 hours east of here or 2 hours northeast of here or whatever, you want to fucking live in Inland Empire. You want to
Yeah.
live out in like
No.
Barstow or like Calexico or like
No.
like absolutely not. But like all those things just outside of that, there's a reason that like meth is made in Lakeside because there's a lot of just nothing land. Like, and that's what you have a lot of just outside of where we live. And especially down in Mexico too. It's like
Yeah.
scary shit, and what makes it so scary is that it's so profitable.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It
And
also-
that it's so like good.
Hey,
like,
on a happy entrepreneurial note, it made me realize you could go out to the middle of fucking nowhere and do whatever you want. Like, being in a big city, it's like, man, I can't afford a house.
You gotta
How
get
am I-
away with
How am I going to
some
start a
people.
business? Yeah, but literally, these guys, they go to the middle of the desert, there's nothing there, and they just set up a whole
Dude,
operation.
that's what fucking terrified me when we were doing that Journey video. And we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And a
Yeah,
guy
the
is
intro
shooting
we filmed in
guns.
the desert. Yeah.
Guy is shooting guns, and it's like, this guy could kill us, and people wouldn't find our bodies for a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, he'd be
Oh, I'm
fucking
going-
long gone.
I've gone to the middle of the desert and just shot guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that
Yeah,
too.
that's
yeah,
where
we
you
did
go.
a video.
That's
Yeah.
where that. Yeah,
I've
exactly.
gone
That's
out
where
in the middle of the desert and done a lot of stuff.
Oh, fuck.
He's done that.
You go into the middle of the desert, set up shop, start your empire. If it's good enough for the $1 billion cartel, it's good enough for everybody else. Anyways, Cartel Land, it's on Netflix.
All right.
Anybody else see anything
It was
cool?
good.
We were talking about it last night, so I went home and rewatched Nightcrawler on Netflix.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
talking
you
about that.
watched
That's
that
funny.
after we talked
After
about
we
it?
talked about
we were
it.
just talking about that at dinner yesterday.
And you told me, yeah, it's up on Netflix, and I was like, oh, I saw that in the theater. I want to
Yeah.
give it another
Nightcrawler
watch.
got snubbed last year at the Oscars.
Yeah,
I
Jake
thought.
Gyllenhaal.
Did it
It
get
didn't get
nominated?
nominated for shit.
Oh, it should have. That movie was great.
Yeah, I really liked it again.
We were talking about it because I brought it up and I said, should I watch it again? Because I did not enjoy it. But Andrew told me, yeah, you know what? I think watch it because I think your expectations might be a little bit different now, and I think you might enjoy it more than the first time you saw it, which I can understand.
I really enjoyed it. Have you watched it again?
No, I haven't. And that's why we were talking about it.
And we were
told you
talking
was on
about it. And
Netflix.
what I said is when it ended, I was dismissive. I was like, no, this ended. You had something going here, and just kind of, and then the movie farted out and it ended, and I was pissed at it, and it took time to really soak in the message of it, and I really appreciated it.
I loved it when I saw it, and I felt
Me
like
too.
that movie tells the truth, and the truth hurts.
Exactly.
I felt like
Yeah,
a lot of
that was
people-
my issue with it.
A lot of
interesting.
people
Yeah.
couldn't accept kind of the story. They kind of shrugged it off. Like, some of it was
Exactly.
ridiculous, and I was like, I think that movie is more true than you realize.
I
and
agree.
how the news is a fucking entertainment show.
Or that
and-
there's
and-
people like him
Yeah.
out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that,
Oh, there
yeah,
are.
and that newscasters get involved in stories and like try to escalate
Oh,
it
I absolutely agree with
simply
that. Yeah.
to entertain people when it's like you're supposed to be reporting on real life stuff.
My problem wasn't with any of those things. I just felt like when I watched it, the stakes were incredibly low, and I felt like it didn't get out of second or third gear. It just kind of like maintained, and then like the climax had like this peak to it that I didn't feel like was super huge, and then it just kind of ended, and I went, oh, I thought it was going to be more than that. So
See,
that was it.
I think that there were moral stakes that I was really into. Like this guy's getting involved in these events,
Right.
And that is like he's crossing lines, and that was very exciting to me.
He's fouling evidence.
Yeah,
in a
but I
certain-
never had any.
But it was very like low key stuff.
Yeah, but I never had any doubt that character would do something like that ever. Like, he always struck me as a character that would go to any lengths to get whatever he needed.
Yeah.
He just needed a foot in the door. He
To
got his
me-
foot in the door, and then the rest was just him doing
He
anything
was
that it took.
he was an anti-hero. I like it because it's a rags to riches story about a bad guy.
Yeah.
It really is. And
Yeah.
his riches, I felt like were pretty, like, not riches. It was pretty, it ended up being kind of, like, low. But that's it. That's my complaint on that movie. But I think I might watch it again. I just have to kind of gear up for it a little bit. What's that?
Yeah, it was something that really grew on me. But what did you think seeing it another time?
Oh no, I had a great time watching it again. Really just focusing on the character as someone who is not good at communicating with people, and they even call attention to that at a scene in the movie where, like, oh, you know, I think you have a problem, like, talking to other people or whatever. I think Jake Gyllenhaal says something like, you know, it's not that I don't have trouble talking to people, it's just I don't like them. I don't
Right.
like... It's like there are people out there that do not like other people, and they will use to whatever advantage, like, to benefit themselves.
He's
So
a
just-
scummy businessman.
yeah,
I mean,
just
honestly,
like you're
this
gonna
is
you're gonna introduce me to these people, and I want my fucking name in this thing now, and like
I feel like
he's
this
all fake
guy
nice to
was
move himself forward.
Daniel Plainview-esque, where it's just
Yeah.
like he doesn't fucking like people,
But, like,
businessman
they're-
who had nothing to, you know.
There are businessmen that had definitely operated like that, and I think you could get away with operating like that back in like the 60s and 70s a lot more than you can today. But there are still people out there that are that fucking cutthroat.
Yeah.
And
I also
it's
thought it was
interesting.
cool. I feel like that character, like he's like off. It looks weird looking at him. And
Yeah.
he's not blinking. I don't think he blinks. Like
Yeah, through a lot of it, I don't think he does.
he just like stares. And
Yeah, I mean, there's like some
nothing there.
sociopath.
Yeah, it's
like,
it's fucking. I thought he did great. I think that's cool.
Yep.
It reminded me. I got Boogie Nights vibes
I can get that.
watching it. Just kind of like that the underbelly of LA.
I was
and,
gonna
like,
say, I think
scummy
LA
people.
Drive.
Oh, yeah, you were saying Drive. I
Yeah.
think I think when it comes to Los Angeles and you have that as like your setting, I think you get a lot of those vibes kind of
But
playing through it.
I think there's so many movies about the glitz and glamour of Los Angeles. I like movies about like the shit underbelly.
Yeah.
Have you seen this documentary? I think it's called Los Angeles Plays Itself or LA Plays Itself.
No.
I think it's on Netflix. If it still is, and it's about. I mean, it's like a video essay about this journalist put together about LA in film as like a backdrop, as a setting,
Right.
as a character, as a place to like produce, like why LA became what it was, and then how it was used in film.
Yeah.
And I think you would really like it.
check that out.
It's really, really interesting. I think it's called LA Plays Itself.
You know, Eric, though, going back to what you were talking about with him succeeding in the story, and like it's not, you didn't see it as that big of a success, but that was kind of why I ended up appreciating that story, was that the next day is, this guy is totally within the gears of another day in media, and there's nothing there's nothing unusual about it. And that is that guy's greatest success possible.
I feel like I disagree that he doesn't success, because the movie starts with him like stealing scrap metal, trying to sell it.
He mugs the guy for a watch?
And being fucking rejected, and it ends with him basically set up for life. Like, I have my empire now.
Yeah.
I just felt like that character, I never felt like him succeeding or failing in this instance mattered ultimately to the character, because if he failed here, he would have just gone on to another thing to give as much as he gave to this to try to succeed there. There was his stakes felt low, because ultimately it didn't matter whether he succeeded or failed here. He was shown as a character that failed throughout at the beginning, but still got by and didn't really care about this thing. He learned about it, and he became successful at it, but I took that character as, at any point, he could have failed here, packed it up, and done something else.
But that's what was so powerful
They
to
would
me.
just continue to be a loser.
No, but that's what was powerful to me, is that something as delicate as how people are portrayed, and the powerful role that the media plays in everything, is now in the hands of that guy.
That's interesting.
Is
That's
now in the hands of this guy who could be selling scrap metal, but instead did this.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, man, that guy's the one showing what you look like.
And I do,
that's what I mean.
I disagree with your point about him continuing to be a loser. I think he would have found success eventually in another field, wherever that might have been. He was shown as just a guy who was looking for his foot in a door. He found his foot in a door, and he just went forward.
He was almost like a crackhead who didn't smoke crack.
Yeah.
He couldn't get a break in life, and so he kind of was at the end of his rope, and was like. That's why it's so, to me, interesting to see him go down this wormhole of like, I'm at a crime scene and I'm manipulating evidence, because you see how this guy, again, he has like crackhead desperation and continues to be successful. Yeah, I liked it. You saw a guy who, should end up in jail, and he keeps getting away. Sure. It's like, almost like, there's another movie, Man Bites Dog, and it's all about following a serial killer. And you just watch him kill people and kill people. The cops never fucking catch him. And it's just like, I don't know, you're just seeing a bad guy get away with doing bad stuff and getting more and more success from doing it.
Yep.
But I think this right here, everything that we're discussing is like why... Yeah, maybe you should have just nominated it last year. Like, just in terms of, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know of any other movie I've talked about maybe as much last year. But regardless, podcast question of the week, what did you think of the movie Nightcrawler? Email podcast@mega64.com. Give it a yay or a nay. Give it some text as well included in the email. That would describe what an email
Film
is.
yourself watching it, upload it to YouTube.
Film your we're doing a challenge, everyone out there. Film yourself watching the entire movie Nightcrawler, and we will feature, like, on our Twitter and stuff, the best video. I was gonna call it a reaction.
Don't
Shut
do
the fuck
that.
up.
Viewing video.
Yeah, there you go.
Viewing video.
Don't react.
viewing.
Okay, let me rephrase. Film yourself watching the movie Nightcrawler, but not reacting at all.
Yeah, don't react.
The title should be Mega64 fan views and thinks about and speaks about Nightcrawler.
And upload that, and we will show the best ones.
There you go. We'll show them next week.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Do a view and speak video.
Speak and say. Oh no, that's
shit!
trademarked.
No. Mattel's gonna get pissed.
Anyway, so that's that.
We did it.
Well, we are.
We've only
we
been
are
going for
thing.
18 minutes.
I want to bring up one more thing.
Okay.
What?
Good night.